All right, let's get back into this. I know it's only been a second for you, but it's been, I don't know, like 6 hours. Wanted to celebrate my fiance's birthday today at Planta in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And it was nice dinner. Okay, so what was I doing? I don't know. Let's finish working on these fingers. So let's use, where is it? I gotta get my mind back in the game. Hopefully you'll excuse me. Sometimes it just, it takes a minute to get back into the swing of things. Okay, so this might actually be a little too long. The hand might be a little too long, but that's okay. We'll figure that out as we go. So let's do 1, 2. Let's get this in order. You really don't see that much of it. I remember when I first started doing things with the tube and like the gizmo and stuff, and it was just kind of hard to like just keep it where I wanted it to be. That was pretty difficult. But again, like in time, it gets easier. It does get easier. So let's make this a little bit bigger. And then figure out how we want the fingers. So I think this should be a hard break, a hard bend. That seems okay. The cup actually feels, I'm gonna make it a little taller and a little thinner. I really just want to make it thinner. Oh, I probably have to adjust. I can adjust that later. Whoops. Okay, so I'm just going to clone this. And I'm going to hit a line so I can just bring it straight down. I don't have to go through all that song and dance. So this one is bent a little bit differently. I'll hit tube so I can kind of edit the way that I want to. This one's a little underneath that first finger. Sort of like that. This one's a little longer. And I'm going to clone this one and do the same thing. This finger's a little bit smaller. It's almost perfect. Only thing I'm seeing is that actually looks pretty good. We're just missing some of this thumb. So the thumb is actually a little bit more like this, which means I need to bring it up. Something like that is a little better. I think I can twist it so the knuckle is a little bit closer to, let me do pivot, reset, pivot. Did that help? I feel like the pivot is in such a weird spot for the thumb. Anyway, I want to tilt it more like that. And let's hit tube again. Excuse me. I'm going to hit radius again so I can just make this a little bigger, because this part will okay, I think something like that looks pretty good. So the cup I just need to bring down. Maybe we'll stretch it a little bit more. Like so. I think that looks pretty good. If anything, I think I might take, let me save these fingers. I gotta find them. You can probably hear the cat crunching. So let's finger glass liquid. Okay, where's the palm? That's it. Where's the thumb? There it is. Okay. So I think I just might... Actually, that looks pretty good. I don't think I have to tilt it at all. I was going to tilt it a little bit, but it actually looks good. Okay, so this is the thumb. And I think I might just validate all of these because they look pretty good. And if I keep thinking about them, then I'll just continue to work on them forever. Okay, so the thumb looks good. I think I'm going to use clay or inflate. I want to use inflate and try to just make the ends round. I wish there was a way to make the end of the tubes rounded. That's actually not bad. Okay, so the hand, I don't want symmetry. I want to bend the hand. Oops, I do want symmetry, but I don't want the red. I think what I want is, I think that's the one I want, top and bottom. So if I push the, oop, I gotta turn symmetry on for that to work. There we go. So I'm gonna move this back into place. And I'm gonna turn symmetry off. And I just want to start joining these hands and fingers together. Now there is obviously the other part of the glove, so I have to think about that too. This I think I rasterized, so that's okay. This will just be like that round part of the thumb. Let me smooth this. It's a little big. Okay, that's better. So that's pretty good. The whole thing needs to be moved over, but we can probably do that in a minute. All right, so let's drag. Now the shape of these fingers is important. He has very distinct looking fingers. The back is round, distinctly round. So I'm going to smooth off the back of this, maybe even flatten it. Even flatten this here. Okay. Still want to smooth this more. I want to kind of back up this thumb a bit. I think I'm going to use clay. I just need to build out the bottom of this. bit more. Round this out a bit more. Solo this thumb. Figure this thumb out. So I just voxel remeshed it so it would kind of like hold its shape, because it really needs some work. I just want it to be nice and round, like the drawing. So the thumb, so this knuckle part is one issue for me. So I'm going to use clay and sort of build that up. And I want underneath has to be round. And it's a very specific shape too that I'm going for. That's better. A little bit more rounded at the tip. Okay, that's not bad. Whoops. Keep losing it. Okay, that looks all right. Oh, another thing, I think something else that I'm seeing is that the thumb is very high. I think that might be another issue. So the thumb is quite high, so I'm going to bring it down. Maybe push it back. That looks a lot better. And I want to kind of flatten off this part. Okay, now I just need to smooth everything. I might even need to voxel merge it down a little bit, just so I can smooth and keep everything nice and smoothed out. Now that the shapes are looking a lot better. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now I have to do that to the other fingers as well. Yeah, let me just clay the end of these. So I'm going to validate them. I think they're in pretty good spots. So I think I'm just going to add some clay to them each. And then I think I'm going to voxel remesh them so they hold their shape a bit better. Okay. Obviously there's some issues there. It might be okay. It might be okay. I'm going to solo this finger, validate it, and then use clay to just round off the edge. Okay. So now all of these I want to voxel remesh them. Maybe at even like 150. Oh no, you know what? I have to subdivide them all. These fingers are going to be like huge. Let's see if I can do it now. Okay, that's a little bit better. Smooth them out. Same thing with this. Go to multi-res and subdivide. So the subdividing is just like doubling the polygon count, so it doesn't have all those squares. So we'll do this one at 250 as well. Give it a quick smooth. This is a little bit better because you just want them to hold their shape while you're, oh, I forgot to subdivide. Make sure I'm at the right, yeah, I am. Okay. And unfortunately these fingers like they're not enough. Okay, so let's flatten these. Actually, we can drag them because they actually, you know, I can probably push the jar back some too. Let's take move, and I just want to position these fingers a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to push it into the glass a little bit more. The most important thing with, and these should all be the same, basically the same size. They look like they're around the same size. The thumb might be a little bit big. Thumb feels a little big to me. So I want to see if I can rein that in a little bit with move. Okay, so now what I have to do with these fingers is, let's see if I can solo, but select, can I select all of these? Okay. So it looks good, but I have to flatten the bottom parts because the fingers have a very specific shape. It's one of the things that I really like about them. Those like iconic Disney hands. They're not just like tubes. They do have like a taper. Flatten tool. I'll show you my flatten settings. A lot of times people want to see the settings. So let me just show you the settings. This is the stroke. Not really much doing there. Alpha. Fall off. It's the regular fall off. Filter and pressure. I have like so many videos that I want to do just from like the multitude of questions I get. I get a lot of questions. So I just try to make videos to answer them. Because everything like with 3D is just so involved. Okay, this looks good. So let's smooth these puppies out. When you use flatten or clay and stuff like that, it usually smooths out really easily. Because that added clay doesn't really share the same density. Even if it's a really high res mesh and you use clay or inflate, it doesn't really like just become super dense. Even if the mesh is super dense. That looks good. Oh, I don't think I did the thumb. Maybe I don't have to do the thumb though. Okay. That's pretty good. might be a little difficult with the remeshing. They're going to be stuck together, but I think it just is what it is. The hand actually looks okay. So what I think I'll do is I'll, you know what, we need to put the bottom part of the glove on as well. So let's bring our Taurus in. And maybe I should clone this and try to use it for the other hand. I don't know if that will work. It might though. Probably should have done it before I put the tubes together. But anyway, let's take the hand. So this is the hand. Let's bring it down here. This is the thumb. I'm going to link these so they don't get lost. So this is the whole hand. Yep. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to clone it. And I'm going to rename this one our hand. And I'm just going to hide it for now. So let's take, let me save. And I'd like to add a Taurus. So we'll add a Taurus and we'll make that the bottom part of the glove. I wonder what the etymology is of these gloves. I gotta make it a little thicker, so we'll use edit. I think it's this one. Make it small. Oops. Okay, that looks like a decent size. But I really want to make sure that this is lined up with the wrist. So then I can adjust the hand to the glove. All right, oh, check the size. The size is looking okay. It's actually, I'm looking at the drawing. Let me look in the right proper direction. So it actually looks like it's turned a little bit this way, maybe a little bit that way. So it feels like it's sort of like that. So let's move everything else. So we have glass, liquid, all of the hand stuff, but not the Taurus. So this should just be all of this stuff. That looks pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. It's not bad. The thumb is a little bit, how would the thumb be? I feel like the thumb would be flat on top. Right? Doesn't that make sense? The thumb would be kind of flat on top. Smooth that out. This part should be nice and round. Maybe I'll even move it out a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Okay, this looks good. So I'm going to join the hand and the thumb. The hand, the thumb, maybe this finger and this finger. All right, let me save before I do this. So I'm going to voxel remesh this at like 250. Okay, is this remeshed? Yeah, it is. Okay, so now let me smooth all of this out and make this one clean thing. Hopefully I don't have to remesh it lower, but I might. Depending on how it smooths. So far it's smoothing pretty good. Part of me wants to keep, I might just keep this separate, to be honest with you. Otherwise I have to join them together, and I really don't want to do that. It just changes the way that it looks. So if I make this if I make it a subsurface, you might not actually see that. So that is an option. But the only thing that I'm feeling now is that this isn't smoothing enough for me. I don't think that's smoothed enough, and I don't know if it will. So I'm going to voxel remesh it a little bit lower at like 150. And then smooth. There we go. Because I want it to be that like really seamless, smooth hand. If I want a crease, then I want to add it in myself. And I think I might actually want it for this one, this finger. Because he looks like he has some, like a little bit of inflate. If I solo this. Looks like there's some of that there. Something like that. Smooth it so it looks a little bit more natural. Might look weird, I don't know. We probably don't even need it, but that's okay. So this looks pretty good. I'm going to take the hand and sort of move it out from the glass a little bit. And then I like to do the same thing with this pinky, because it's a little too much in the glass. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Happy with that. Let's save. Okay. This might be too thin. I feel like this is too thin now. I don't know. Anyway, so let's take the right hand. Let's move it. Let's just see what happens if I sort of position it. Oh, I should have took the glove too, but that's easy. We can put that back on. Oh, you know what I should have did? instead of moving it, I should have let's see if we can get this to work. No, it doesn't look like I can. If I join them, mirror left to right. No, I messed that up. Flip object. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted. Flip object, that works. Wait, how is that so big? How is his hand so big? I think the hands are too big. His hand is huge. Oh, maybe it's just not. No, this hand is big, right? How is the hand so big? I'm so confused. But it doesn't really look right. It doesn't look the same at all. So I'm going to get rid of it. Doesn't look that big here, but on this side it looked really big. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. I'll be right back. All right, so let's just start fresh with this hand. We'll use a square. We'll round it off, and then we'll try to figure this out. Tubes. What are these tubes? Oh, these are the fingers. I thought they were all nestled. A little confused. Oh, did I? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. So this is the hand. I'm going to nestle this under the hand as the finger. All right. And it might be nice to put this even under the left arm. Yeah, that's the left arm. So right arm. And I just want to try to remember what all this. So this is the hand. Glove Taurus, because I can't think of anything else. And I can probably join all these. For now, I'll just leave them as they are. This I can validate. Glass, liquid. It's just important to kind of label things because it gets really crazy really fast. Okay. And I save a lot because I don't have automatic save on, even though you already knew that. So let's see if we can repurpose this Taurus. Okay, so this is looking a little bit not how I want it to look. So essentially, is this still a tube? Oh, yes, it is. That's good. This can go out a little bit more, and this can go in a bit more. And this can follow suit, because he has to be like kind of scratching his skin, or he's pulling on his clothes kind of thing. So something like that. And I still think that this needs to go. His arm is pretty long, so that might be okay. I still want to kind of pull this in more so that that's more behind him. Okay, I think something like that is all right. Let me check the other sides so it's not crazy like this. And also, I'm gonna make this end a little smaller. Oops. Something is telling me I should make that side smaller too. Maybe the arm a little bit. And then maybe the hand and the glass. What is this? Oh, I forgot that I did, I'm gonna move this down to the right arm for now. So the hand, glass. I just think all of this needs to be a little bit smaller. Even if it's just a little bit. I don't know, I get really caught up on those little details. Is it too small now? I kind of like that size though. I'm a mess. All right. So, did I not? Oh, I think I undid it one too many times. So let's add a box. Yeah, this is, sometimes it really gets kind of confusing. And I just have to stop and think, okay, what is the next thing I need to do? What is the next thing I need to do? And I have to break it down and just start thinking about things really simply. Like, what is the breakdown of the next thing I have to do? And I just think about that. Like right now, all I have to think about is this hand, the palm. And it needs to go somewhere around there. That looks okay. How wide do we want it? Oops. So maybe around here, maybe a little bit of a tilt. All right, let's put it in the tilt it a little bit. I took it off a line so it could be aligned with the actual mesh and not just aligned with the world. So that helped for that little tilt. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to validate and I'm going to smooth it out. I'll use round edge. So we'll smooth it out some. think I want to add, I think I might just do a sphere for the thumb. Palm. And maybe even 2 spheres. I think this will keep it a little bit easier to sculpt. So the first thumb will be something like this. I think that actually looks pretty decent. This part is round, so I'm going to flatten it. And I think I want to clone this. I'm going to validate it, and I'm going to clone. And I think I'm going to make this the thumb. Whoops. So I'll extend it out a little bit, kind of figure out how I want it. I feel like it's something like that. So I'm going to use move, and I'm going to push it real good. Okay, that looks nice. Squeeze it a bit. Oh, that's a decent thumb. That's a decent thumb. I wonder if I can use this for the other fingers too. Yeah, that's good. It looks a little smaller than the other ones. It looks a lot smaller than the other ones. So that might be an issue. The hand should be generally the same size. So let's make it a little bigger. Let's move it down. Let's even stretch this up a little bit. Let's stretch this that way. All right. I might try to use these thumbs for the other fingers. That can be a little weird sometimes, but let's just go for it. So let's clone this and then bring it, let's flip it around. Oh yeah, I think that'll work nicely. It's just a matter of getting it into the right position. That can be tricky. But the gizmo is our friend. Let's get it a little bigger. Okay, so something like that. There is a little piece of like a connective piece here. So I might be able to use this sphere to sort of simulate that. Probably should have just used a fresh sphere. Okay, so I feel like it's something like that. Move this back a little bit. It still looks small. When I bring it out this far, it looks very small. Let me make sure I'm in orthographic. I am. Let's just take a look in perspective. Okay, so yeah, it looks a little small, but that's okay. So let's take all of this and just make it bigger. I want to change the pivot, so I'm going to tap pivot. I want to adjust the pivot so I can just stretch it in a way that I want to stretch it. Tap pivot again. Kind of want to stretch it this way a little bit. I'm just going to drag this. Whoop. Take symmetry off. Drag that where it needs to go, which is behind this. So I'm going to flatten this part out. Why can't I move this? Oh, I'm still in flatten. How did I get back to flatten? Butt monkey. Okay, so that feels about right. There's a little more of a bend. So I'm going to use this one and I'm going to just push it. I'll use drag and maybe drag the bottom. Okay, I like these two pieces. These two. So I'm going to take these two. You know what? Let's just link them. So this will be the knuckle. Oops. This will be the finger. So I'm going to clone them. Okay, I guess we're just cloning one at a time, I suppose. I'm going to select both of these and then just I. Okay, where to go? Something like this. I think I need to make the hand really a lot bigger. Oh, that's actually not bad. The hand definitely needs to be wider, more wide. So the sphere and this part need to come out more. I'm just going to adjust this round part to match up with the hand. And the hand I actually want to stretch here because I want all this to be round when I put them together. So that's pretty good. Does the hand look too big? No, it looks okay. He does have fairly big hands compared to his body size. But that's actually pretty good where that falls. One of the other differences is this. Let me adjust the pivot. I might not even need to. I want to rotate it this way. And then maybe rotate it this way. Because we really need room for that little pinky. Okay, that thumb still looks okay. We just need to have room for the pinky, which can actually be back a little further. So let's take knuckle and finger. We clone them. Make it a little bit smaller. That might actually be all right. And this one actually doesn't have, it has a different bend in it. So I don't know if it'll look silly. I don't know, let's try it. See what happens. I think that actually works. The only difference, it doesn't have a big knuckle sticking out, although that feels more real to me. Like it feels like it makes sense to me. So I might just leave it in there. Maybe I'll make it a tad bit smaller though. Okay, let's save. All right, so I like the way that this is looking so far. I can add the fabric over this. That shouldn't be too difficult to add some fabric once we get the body and everything together. I'm not going to make extra clothes. I'm just going to, well, I guess I'll make some extra clothes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. But a lot of this will be, I'll just voxel merge it. I don't know, I gotta figure that out. And I might use trim. Yeah, I might use trim, but we'll figure that out when we get to that. For now, let's go ahead and voxel remesh. If this is pinching, maybe we want to have more of a pinching angle. So if I was making fabric, I could probably make it so that it looks like he's pinching it. Since that's what the drawing is doing. That's what the art is doing. Okay, so let's make this can be a little bit smaller actually. Okay, like so. That looks pretty good. Move it up. Just want to make sure it looks good from most angles, which it does. So let's start smoothing all this stuff. So this sphere, the palm, let's not do that yet. Thumb, the knuckle, the finger, and then knuckle 2 and Yeah, let's do that for now. So let me save. And then I'll voxel remesh around 160. Let's go crazy. That's not really going crazy, but so I didn't voxel remesh very high because obviously when I did the other one, I had to then voxel remesh low because I really wanted the nice, I wanted the smooth blend. This needs to be flattened. So I want this to be round. Okay, that's better. Flatten all this. I think I might want to bring the knuckle. Let's bring the knuckle in on it. Oh, this is everything. So where's the knuckle? There it is. So let's just do it the same. I think I did like 160. So we'll do that the same. And then the rest, I don't know what I want to do. I probably should just voxel remesh it and not think about it. Let's do it at like 235 or so. And just I'll hope that it smooths out nicely. Which it does. I mean, that's not bad. And I like that separation, so I'm not going to try to smooth this out too much. Okay, good. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, let's think. What do we have to do next? It's honestly looking pretty decent. I feel like he has a... Does he have like an Adam's apple on his neck? I feel like he does. But it also needs to be dragged more to the body. I think that's okay. I can always make the Adam's apple pretty easily. Okay, so I don't know how I want to do the collar and all that stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea. I think I need to add spheres for the elbows. I'm just going to validate the shoulders. And I think, okay, so there's a crease coming up. It's really interesting. Okay, so if I make a cylinder, but I don't close it, so I make a cylinder and a hole, and then I don't close it, and then I take one side and stretch it out, that might do the trick. I don't know, let's see, let me save this. So if I do the cylinder, bring it up towards the neckish area, hole. So that's the first thing. So let me solo it. It doesn't have to be, I think that's a good width. It doesn't have to be really thin. Now you can open it up, I think. Where's the little, there should be a little pink thing. Oh no, that's, I'm thinking of Taurus. I am thinking of Taurus. But that's okay. So you know what? Let's unsolo it so we can sort of get a general size for the neck. I don't want to just guess on that. Okay, so I think something like that would work. The rest of this we can sort of smooth out and bring together, so I think that will work well. I think that might work. So these shoulders are kind of massive. Might need to shrink them. Where's the pivot? You know what? I'll do it later. Maybe I'll just bring them down a little bit and move them back. But I think this might work. So let's validate this. Let's voxel remesh it. 175. I'm going to use round edge just to sort of smooth it out. Okay, so I need to make, what do I need to do here? So I think if I just, first I'm gonna protect the back part of it because I don't want any of that to be cut. And if I don't, it will definitely be cut by accident. I hate when I do that. All right, so let's use trim. Do I want to do line? Line might be the, no, can't do line. We have to do rectangle. And I just need to separate these two. But I need to separate them enough so that if I voxel remesh, it doesn't try to reach across for each other. Oh, it didn't. I'm going to do rounded edge again. Take off the mask. Whoops. And now do rounded edge. All right. So now I need to protect just one side. So let's use lasso. We'll protect this. And we might as well protect some of the back as well. All right, so this is kind of where it gets tricky. This part has to extend that way. So I definitely want top and bottom for symmetry. I think that's it. So if I just move this, if I pull on, oh, let me turn symmetry on. Ooh, wait a minute. That might be okay. Whoop. So what was happening is apparently I did not select all. Oh, you know what? Let me just solo this. No symmetry. We need to protect all of these random parts from ourselves. Okay, that's better. And there's no real easy way to just like bend this out. Oh, I gotta turn symmetry back on. I just tend to pull. Let's take a look at it. So it's something like this. Just want to pull it out like that and then push. I think I need to pull this out a little bit further. You know what? I don't even think I need the symmetry anymore. So I'm gonna turn it off is what I'm gonna do actually. So if I do like that, let me try to drag this out. I really want this part to open up. So now if I push from the bottom, it should make that part do the opposite. Okay, that's decent. It's not bad. What's the other one do? So the other one, let's take the mask off now. And let's select the other part. Let's pull that out. Oh, that might have been a better way to do the other side. I think I did it a dumb way. Clear. All right, let's see if smooth will help us out here. Voxel remesh it a little bit lower so I can just smooth it. But then I'll bring it up a little bit higher. Smooth it a little bit. And then I'm going to try to flatten it. But honestly, the way that I did the other collar was a lot more smooth. Oh, see, it's decent, but it's really not that clean. Okay, so what did I do? I think I just pulled. Let me solo and make sure. Okay, it's protected. I think I just pulled this off like this. And then just pushed it back, I think. Uh-oh. I think that's much better. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good, and it looks way better than it did before. There we go. That's pretty much what I wanted. It's a little bit weird where the mask goes, but I think that's better. So this can just be flattened. Kind of flatten the edges a little bit. Let's take the mask off of this. And let's see if we can smooth that out nicely. That looks pretty good. Plus it's a little bit further back, so it'll be all right. Okay, let's get rid of this. So let's clay this away. Get that cleaned up. God, these shoulders. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just overthinking the shoulders. They don't actually look that big from back here. When you zoom in, man, they look huge. So this is all going to be connected. What is this? Wait, what did I do to that? How did that get smooth and messed up like that? You see? I swear. Let's smooth this. Because this thing is acting real funny. I'm going to voxel remesh it. And then smooth it. Oh, that's much better. Much, much better. Smooth this too. Since I couldn't get rid of it that way, I'll just trim it with the lasso. There's no symmetry on, so it shouldn't cut through the front at all. Better. Well, the leg is still like that. Let's mirror the leg. He might look like he's sitting too much. Or maybe just the knees are too high. Could be just the knees. Okay, that looks all right. I think that's salvageable. All right, I'm going to validate them. And then I'm going to, without symmetry, I think I'm going to drag them into the fold, into that area. Okay, I think that works. Okay, so here's the legs. right arm. Okay, I need to add the spheres for the elbows, so I'm just going to do that and not think about it too much. Because sometimes I can just start getting in my head and overthinking things. But things that I know I need to do, I should just do them. So he has this pointy elbow. Sort of like that. And that's pretty good. Then there's the cylinder that makes this. Or at least that's how I'm going to make it. So this sphere is the elbow. And then let's add a cylinder. The hole. All right, let's put it on the arm correctly first. Okay, something like that. We'll bring it back. Oh. And it's hard to get this thing to move how I want it to move. I guess it's okay. Okay, that actually looks pretty decent. We want to really line it up with this arm, because that'll really sell it. It's actually lined up fairly well. But this would be about perfect. Oh, also the bottom. But it might be best to oh, this one is so short. Let's stretch it. It's the foreshadowing too. I have to take account of. All right, I'm going to validate it, and then I'm just going to use move to sort of open it up a little bit. Oh no, I should have I guess I still can. Let me adjust the pivot. I just want to squeeze it. So I want to squeeze it so it's thinner. Yeah, like that. Let's check the other side, where it looks real wonky. Let's move this down some. I'm going to pull this down and then push. it got so weird. It got really wonky. So move this part out more so that when I push, okay, that's all right. That's okay. I want to tilt it a little bit this way. I do want to see the inside. I think that's kind of sells it. So if this is the look, I just want to be able to see the inside of the, so maybe I'll try to push this side a little bit. Or I just have to tilt everything. All right, I'm just going to drag this. Okay, that's perfect. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to validate this as well, because we just got to start validating. And I'm going to use drag and kind of open this up a little bit here as well. So this is going to be connected, but I also want to open this up. Maybe I'll use move. Whoops. Without symmetry. Maybe drag is better for this part. Okay. Validate this and maybe just do some adjustments. It's pretty flat on top. Okay, that actually should work out okay. Shoulders, I want to move them. Oh, let's use symmetry. I just want to kind of blend the shoulders in a little bit more. Let's clay this away. Oh, they're not the same. Clay that away. Okay, so I think I might be able to bring together, this might be too thin, so I might have to do this all over again. Unfortunately, I think I made it way too thin. See if I can do it this way. It might work. That might work. But I have it, it's really long though, so let me go back to orthographic and trim this. Okay, good. That might be thick enough, but we'll see. All right, so we need another cylinder here. What is this? Is this the sleeve? Okay. Sleeve can be nestled under elbow. Right arm, finger. So this is the hand. And I'm going to take it out of the arm because I want this to become the arm. That whole thing is the arm. That's good. I want to connect the shoulder to that, though. Oh, the shoulders are together. That's okay. So I'm going to bring that into right arm. So the shoulders can be in there as well. And then eventually we'll bring all the other stuff in there as well. So let's add a cylinder. We'll want to put it in position. And hopefully we can get this generally the same size as the other one. Even though I feel like this hand is bigger. Okay, hole, gizmo. Let's look at the drawing. So it's stretched and it's rotated. A little bit smaller maybe. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so we can use radius and we can make the back part a little bit smaller. And the rest, honestly, I might just move around. So I might, let's at least stretch it to the bottom of the shoulder. Actually, that might not be a good idea. I wonder if I need to spin it. Okay, that's pretty good still. It's open, doesn't look that much bigger than the other one, which is good. Move it up a tiny bit. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll go back to the gizmo and the radius. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Please go back. Thank you. Wouldn't mind closing this up. Yeah, that's better. So we'll close that up. This is good, so I'm going to validate it. And then I could always like just stretch this with adding clay. So I'm not too worried about the shirt and stuff. I just want to make sure I bring them into the shirt, and then that should be good. I can add mass as I need. Even like here, like instead of adding this circle, I can just add some clay, I think. And I think that'll be fine. Okay, well, voxel remesh you. Chill out. Let's validate this. I think it looks good, and then I'm just going to drag it into the rest of the arm. And we'll just open this up a little bit. Man, it really does not move well at all. I don't know if I need to remesh it again or something. Maybe that's what it is. I want to get rid of those, so I'm going to go ahead and subdivide it and then remesh it again. Save. Oh, maybe it's because this is small. It's hard to just get a nice smooth like curve out of this joker. It keeps giving me that like lumpy bend. I don't want that. I might not even need it, actually. Looking at the drawing, all right, I've given up on that. Let's just stretch this out. Let's use move and just stretch the whole thing out. And you can see inside it good enough, so I'm actually okay with that. Okay, so we can put 2 cylinders here for the bottom of the pants. Let's do that. Nowadays, I'm just like saving every time I get. So we have this cylinder, so this is the sleeve. I don't really need to differentiate because next we're just going to remesh them together. Let's add another cylinder for the feeties, or for the pants, I should say. Mirror. Oh, the mirror's, wait, why is the mirror so weird? Why is the mirror weird? Wait a minute. What? This is so strange. Is it because okay, if I add a cylinder, I move it up, I hit mirror, should, so why wouldn't it do that before? Sometimes I'm like, I know this thing is working against me sometimes. There is no reason for it to be acting up that way. Okay, we just need to adjust it so it's perfectly aligned with the legs on all sides. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to validate, and then I'm going to do this round all. Make them nice and round and puffy. Perfect. Might even add a little size to them. Okay. Next, I think we can use just another sphere for right above that, for that, just to give the pants some body. So I'm going to validate these. cuffs, add another sphere, mirror it. You better act right. Thank you. You know what? I'll stretch it this way and then tilt it. Okay. Okay, what do I need to do here? I think I'm just going to validate it and then use the move to sort of sculpt it into what I need it to be, which is this part down. So this is actually not decent for the pants. Let me use drag. Okay, this actually looks pretty good. I think I might do inflate on the front. But I think that's decent. Do those feel a bit small? His ankles might be a little bit smaller, if I'm being honest. But I actually need to trim them anyway, or split. Where's split? So I'm gonna split with rectangle here. So now we have a right leg. Oh, these are just the legs. Legs, skin. Okay, so these are the pajama thighs. Okay, it's looking good, I think. So for these legs, if I want to make them a little thinner, do that. Therefore, I can make these thinner now. Although they're going to move like crazy, aren't they? Because they're butt monkeys. Do symmetry so I can still move them the way that I would like to. Okay, that looks a bit better. That looks better. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with the pajamas. Definitely gonna have to work on this arm a little bit. But what do I want to do with this thing up here? I think I need to flatten it. Smooth it. All right, I think I need to add all this together. But what do I want to put underneath there? Let's use layer. Oh, am I doing layer the wrong way? I am. Sub. Okay. So now I think I just want to bring all this stuff together and kind of just move forward. So let's save. And do we want to try to add the pajama flap? I'm not going to try to add that yet. So we have this. I don't want feeties. We want the thighs. Right arm. No, that's the actual arm. Oh, I gotta split that. I gotta split that though. So the feet, I think I'm gonna bring out, and the legs I'm gonna bring out, and I think I'm gonna put them in their own mirror. The thighs, I'm gonna validate. Thighs, pajamas. This arm, I want to split. So I'll use the lasso. I just want to split it. This part. So now we have right arm and right arm one. So this is the right arm skin. Where's the other skin? I have another skin somewhere. Oh, leg skin. I can't add that because it's in a mirror. Okay. Right arm one can go nestled into thighs, pajamas. Elbow, sleeve, shoulders, sleeve. Okay, that's correct, actually. Pajama thighs. Body flap, I'm going to take out for now. Thighs, pajamas, I'm going to nestle under body. Right arm skin, hand, pant cuffs, mirror. What is this mirror? I think that's the lower part of the legs. Yes. So mirror, pant cuffs. I'm going to join them. Bring them up here because these are all part of the pajamas. Hip sphere is also part. What is this? Oh, that's the collar. So I'm just going to nestle those and then bring them up. I think those can go well here as well. So all of this should be the body. And maybe I should do the flap as well. But wouldn't it be open if that's the flap? I don't know how that works. I don't know how the butt flap works. If this is hanging open, then I feel like this would be, you would see butt in there. So I'm not sure. So I'm just going to leave it out for now. So all of these can be voxel remeshed. So I'm going to save, I would say before I voxel remesh. And I'm going to remesh this at like 300. Or 1 million. Okay, it's actually not terrible. Ooh, this connected though. Oh man, I just wish that didn't connect. I'm going to undo and then open it up a little bit more, I think. Let's make this bigger. Okay, let's try this again. Everything else looked pretty good. That looks better. Looks all right. That looks all right. This looks a little weird. So I think I probably need to subdivide that, subdivide the thighs, I'm going to remesh them at 200. Ooh. Do I need to subdivide them again? What are we doing here? All right, let's try this again. Let's do it at like 350. Okay, that looks much better. Much, much, much better. So I'm going to use smooth, and I just need to smooth everything out now. All of these elements that are now together. Oh no, how is this not connected? Left arm. There's always something. Okay, now I have to figure out. Oh, so collar is the body. Pajamas. Pajamas, pajama flat. Left arm got away from me. So let's voxel remesh this at 350 again. This cat better not mosey in here. She likes to try to play games. Oh no. Not the arm. Oh, that's why I didn't trim it. Or I didn't split it. So let's do that. So this left arm can go with the pajamas. This is the left arm. I'm going to put down here. Right arm skin, left arm skin. So this left arm can go with the pajamas. $350. Okay, I think we got it. Smooth this. Oh, you know what? I could actually use symmetry down here, because this actually is symmetrical. So I really hope I don't have to bring this down lower. I'd like to just keep it where it is, as long as I can smooth all this out nicely. And it looks like it's smoothing out pretty nice, luckily. Turn symmetry off, so there's no real symmetry over here. to smooth all this out. This still looks pretty good. Might add a nice pinch to this. Try to get some of these nice sharp edges back. Ooh, it's kind of like pulling everything. So maybe a nice flatten would work. Let's see. Yeah, flatten actually looks pretty good. Let's solo this. That'll make my life a lot easier. Ugh, that was looking so good. Come on, I just want you to be, just give me a nice like little crease. That's all I need from you. Just let me clean these creases up, or edges, whatever you want to call them. But this is a part that I really like. Once you voxel remesh everything, you know, you can kind of just like sculpt. And just try to find like clever ways to use I mean, not real clever to people that have been doing this forever, but I love figuring out ways to do this on my own. And then I love when I figure out a cool way to do something, and then I show people that haven't been doing it as long as I have. I like to show them how to do it, which is obviously how I started as well. Okay, so this is actually looking really good. Let's save. Unsolo. The head is looking good. It is touching the bottom there, so that's good. We can always paint that a little darker to kind of hide whatever is down there. We can put a little crease here. Let's turn this line off. It's a little bit in the way. It's got a color to it. Smooth that out a little bit. And let's try to pinch this and sort of extend it. And there's two buttons. So let's use cylinders, and we'll just clone these. Let me save. Come on. Gizmo. Oh, come on. All right, so what I need to do is do snap and then do it. That way when I shrink it, doesn't go all off kilter. How small are these? So they're about this big, maybe stretched a little bit. These are the types of things that I have to make sure that I validate as well. How low is it? Oh, it's right at the top. Let's take it off a line so I can shrink it up a little more. So this one is actually right at the top. Oop. It's a little hard to navigate when you're so close. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we'll do one there, and then we'll clone. Let's validate it. Let's do rounded edge. Let's give this one the works. Let's decimate it since we don't really need this to have like a lot of detail or anything. .381 is good. It's a lot, but that's fine. And then we'll clone this and we'll bring this down and figure out a home for it. And there's a few things that I could do. You know, I think it's okay. I think instead of trying to make this fit, I'll just put a bend in it. Can you imagine like when they have like huge screens that are like twice, quadruple the size of this? Like, it's gonna be like it has to happen. It's gonna happen. Just push that in a little bit. That should give it a nice little bend. Come on. Okay, I think that works. It's a little high, but sometimes I hate that I'm such a perfectionist. Perfectionist / dum-dum. Okay. Good. Save. Got those. We didn't even do the face yet. Or the slippers. What are we doing? Okay, so for the slippers, we'll actually have an idea. Let me pause for a second. All right, I'm gonna steamroll this so I can finish watching, what is the show I'm watching on Netflix? The one where all the people go out in the wilderness in Alaska and they have to survive in teams of 4. Teams of, or just in a team. It's pretty good. I like all those like survival shows. All right, so I'm looking at these fingers. Oh, I guess they're okay. Certain angles they look a little weird. Might have to soften them up. It might actually look better without this lump. that's my only, hopefully that's the only bone to pick with the fingers. But I tell you, I'm like, I can't let like details slide when I have issues with something. I can't do it. Just can't do it. Oh, that's right. The little, so this is the feet. I'm going to clone the feet. I'm going to take them out of this mirror and add them to their own mirror. I'm going to hide these feet. Actually, I don't really have to because these I need to make bigger anyway. So first, I need to make them a little bit wider at the top and a little bit higher okay, and then, you know, I am going to hide the feet really quick. Wait a minute, did I just, I think I need to switch these. I think I just put the wrong ones. There we go. So let's rename these to slippers. So I think that might work. I think I just need to bring the bottoms in a bit. Wait, let me just hide the feet again. But make sure I'm on the slippers. Gotta be on the slippers, gotta be on the slippers. Okay, so let's do left. Make sure I'm in orthographic. And I think I want to select mask, rectangle, and I think I want to hide, I want to protect that. I also want to protect this maybe? Oh, that actually kind of worked in my favor. If I flatten those and bring them down, that feels like slipper territory. If I unmask it, save. So I think this is working out. Voxel remesh. Let's use round edge. Just smooth out these bunnies. Smooth. Sometimes you can smooth a little more aggressively with the actual smooth tool. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Maybe I'll just take flatten around the side. For now, I don't know if I'll keep it, but it just feels responsible. All right, so let's bring the feet back. And let's adjust the feet to the slippers. Okay, so there's a little bit of a pop back here. The ball of his little foot. And then up here, maybe we'll move this up and this down a bit. Just going to smooth this out a little. And this leg, let's stretch this down. You know what? I think I need to move the legs a little bit. Coincide with that. Oh, they still feel like they're off to the side a little bit. Okay, that works for me. So I think we can take the legs and the feeties. Let's save first. And voxel remesh them like 250. Let's use round edge. Is this not smoothing? Can't tell if it's actually... Here's the test. Oh, it is not doing the same thing. Interesting. Legs and skin. Symmetry. So if I smooth, it's still not smoothing. Huh. Can I bake it? Pivot, reset, pivot. Okay, if that's the middle, can I not do symmetry now? And then smooth? No, it's not working. Oh well, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The only other thing that I would do is, well, here's how I'd handle this situation if you weren't here. I would just trim one, then I would take this and add a mirror to it. And then really I can validate this, join children. This can be the legs, feet, and then smooth. And it's still not working. Interesting. So for some reason, it's not going to the middle of the leg. Okay. So that works. I'll just smooth it now, even though it doesn't really need to be smooth anymore. Smooth it now, and then where's is the ankle on the outside? The ankle's on the outside. So let's just use inflate. Add a nice little ankle. Okay, let me hide this. I want to see what's going on underneath here. Oh, it's actually not too bad. So let's flatten. Oh, I think that's the foot. Let's clay that away. So we'll get rid of that little foot. And this needs to be curved up a little bit. So I'm going to flatten it out. And maybe this is a good way to oh yeah, I think I want to make them a little bit more round. It's probably such an easier way to do this. Smooth those out. I just want to be able to add those little teeth. I'm just worried if I move. That's actually okay. Yeah, that's actually okay. Let's get this foot out of here with clay and sub. So let's add, so this is the legs and skin, this is the slippers. We'll add a sphere. And we want to mirror. Wait a minute, let me think. I think the best thing to do is just to do one at a time. So plumping these up a little bit. So it's going to be something like this. Turn it a little bit more. But they're actually kind of close to the front of the head. They're not that far. Let's use a line so I can just go straight back. I think that's okay. Let's mirror it. Ooh. It's all the way on the other side. Let's not mirror it. I think we'll just do it manually. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. So I'm just going to clone it. Put one over here. I think that looks good. What I actually might do is get rid of this slipper, and I might just do the same thing, add a clone, and that way I don't have to do any of this again. Let's save. So looks like two little round spheres. Oops. Let's add a sphere for the eyes. I mean, I highly doubt anyone is going to watch this. But I guess, you know, if anyone ever does, it's going to be my video. I wonder if there's any other videos of people making Goofy in 3D on YouTube. Definitely not using Nomad Sculpt. All right, let's clone this. Just move it out a little bit more. I feel like they're a little bit too close together. Okay, so let's clone this, and maybe we can just fashion this into like a little nose. Validate this one. Let me turn the symmetry back on so I can see the symmetry for this, which I can't see. Oh well. Oh, I can see it now. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I don't need to go too crazy with it. So I'm going to clone this again. I'll validate it. Clone this again. Straighten it out. That's pretty good. Put symmetry on, maybe just add a little bit of the symmetry's a little weird, isn't it? Symmetry is a little wonky. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Pretty happy with the sandals too. So what I might do, take symmetry off, trim this. What do you mean the object is fully trimmed? What are you talking about? Okay, so that's not going to work. So let's take, let's join these ears. Let's add them to the mirror. Good. Where's the other eye? Join eyes. Add it to the mirror. Teeth. Nose. All right, so this is slippers. Okay. So next we just need to put the face together, but I think everything is looking pretty good, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I wish I could keep the bottom jaw and the upper separated. I might try and do that. So let's take this sphere. All of these, let me save. And let's remesh at like 250. Okay, so this should all be together. It should all smooth fairly nicely. Okay, I don't mind smoothing that out because I can use crease to kind of get that back. Speaking of crease, I need to make to do that somehow, but cleaner. Smooth this out. Keep that nice and smooth. see if we can drag this. I just want to kind of get it to, there we go. And I wonder if I can pull this in with drag. Because I think that would help. It helps to form that like natural dimple. And now maybe crease. Maybe I can add. Let's also remesh this a little bit higher. Vox remesh it again. And what's really going to help this, I think, is actually using clay and sub. That actually might help this out. This I might just need to add some more clay here, because I really want to make this straight. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to use inflate, and I want to try to sell this bit a little bit more. And I'll just use clay. Okay, I'll smooth this out. Okay, smoothed out pretty good. This part, I think I might just clay this away a little bit more. Because I don't think it needs to be so close, since this would all be connected. Let's voxel merge again. It's pretty good. It's not perfect though. It's not perfect. I do like that. Maybe I will actually merge these two. I think I need to. So this part and then the bottom jaw. All right, I can't find it. Low jaw and this. Let me save. Voxel remesh even higher, like 350. Good, that looks good still. I was really worried about losing some of that definition, but it actually still looks okay. Maybe I should have added. No, I think it'll be all right. So this actually looks good. If I could just softly smooth this down. And the neck is black, so it doesn't have to be connected to that. Keep voxel remeshing and smoothing and keep adding crease. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Smooth it a little bit. I just want these creases to be clean. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's really good. So make sure all this is nice and smoothed. And then we can go ahead and add a crease here. It's actually kind of hard to find the crease because I blended it a little too well. But that's okay, I'll just smooth it. And as long as that crease is there, then I'm cool with it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so the neck looks okay. The neck is connected to the ears, which I don't think I'm going to move again. But that's all going to be black, so I probably don't need to. If I voxel remesh these, they're going to get ruined. So the head, neck, and what are these? Oh, take these out. So the head and the neck, let's make sure I choose head last. That way when I join them, it'll just say head. Where's the little, where are those little hairs? Head hairs. And head. So we'll join those. Let's bring those up here. Head black because his head is black. What is this? Oh, that's the snout. we have the nose. I'll nestle that under the snout. We have the eyelids. That's on the head. Eyes, also on the head. Those are the slippers. These are the legs, which we can validate. We can actually join those with the arms. Should we join? Yeah, let's just join them. And maybe we should join it with this as well. I think, oh, this is black, that's black. So let's join that. So these are all the black areas. The nose as well, but I don't know if I want to make the nose a different texture. Sometimes I might want to do that. The ears we can add. Okay, great. All right, everything is looking good. Slippers, the ears. Slippers and ears are the same color. So I'm going to save first, and then I'm going to voxel remesh them. Like 250. Oh, what happened to the eye? Did I do the wrong eyes? What happened to his eyes? Come on. Come on. Oh, these eyes need to be in slippers. I get it now. I get it. Where are his eyes at? Oh. Let's validate the pupils. Are these his eyes? Oh, they are. Okay, so let's join those. Eyes and the pupils, we'll put those together. And we'll not put them there. We'll put them up where I thought they would be. Up here, where they belong. I know I didn't name the buttons, so where are those? Cylinder, cylinder, join, buttons, pajamas. So nestle that under pajamas. I'll nestle pajama flap under pajamas. So what snoot is this? Is that his? Oh, it is. This can be connected to the head, obviously. Okay, hand. I can probably just join all these, but should I? Yeah, I'll just join them. I'm guessing that's his other hand, right? Hand. Let's just nestle them under each other. Glass, liquid, hat. Oh, that's right. I didn't. So these two can be voxel remeshed kind of high. because I don't want to affect the edge, those edges. And this needs to be subdivided first, maybe twice. Okay, that's better. Let's do a rounded edge. Smooth out these edges. And I don't want to pinch because these edges don't look, they look a little bit funny. And this looks like it needs to be flattened out or something. Without symmetry. Actually, I think it's okay if it's soft. That's fine. All right, let's try to pinch some of these edges back. I don't really need it on the inside, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sometimes I have mini nightmares that I've forgotten to set the focus lock. I think that's probably the worst. You film like an hour's worth and then you look at the footage and it's just like auto-focusing all over the place. It's the worst. The worst. Might as well go ahead and smooth that out all the way. Otherwise it just looks silly. We can always do fun things like inflate and stuff like that. But I don't really know if he needs that. Some fun details like that. How's the head looking in there? Did I join the ears? I did. Okay, good. Good. Oh, I did want to see, he has like kind of a lip. He has kind of a little bottom lip. I was going to use inflate, but I think clay might be a better option. That looks okay. Has his little lip. I like it. Now he has teeth that look like they're rounded squares for sure. So we'll do boxes. Gizmo. Mirror is not working. Get out of here. It's still not working. Where's the other box? Why is the box all the way over there? I'm so confused. Let's take this out of this mirror. Delete this mirror. Back to the box. And then tap mirror again. Thank you. Butt monkey. I guess I can validate these and use the rounded edge to really make these guys soft. I'll voxel remesh them low. Let's just use this so I can be a little bit more aggressive. They're actually very rounded. I need to bring it down even lower. And let's flatten, because this looks like it's a little more flat. Oh, I can't believe it's 2:42 right now. I didn't even get a chance to really watch my show. I'm messing around with Goofy. Okay. So let's bring it up. I think if I hit symmetry, it should react as though it's still in a mirror. Oop. Symmetry off. So it must be still in the mirror, so I can just mirror it. Okay, let's figure out. Oh, that looks about right. Let's fold it out a little bit. Oh, does that mean I have the wrong one? I can just bake these. Pivot, reset, pivot, pivot. See, I'm so confused. Let's validate this. Pivot, reset, pivot. If I use symmetry. Really? Oh, they're a little bit further back. The foreshortening makes them look both straight. I think the only way to maybe do that is to turn them both this way and maybe separate them more. And maybe make them a little bigger. And push them back a little more. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. They need a little tilt, though. Pretty happy with that. What else do I need to do? Oh, I do need to add some skin flaps and stuff. Or 50 minutes, so maybe I can do that before it gets to an hour. Smooth this out. Maybe this will look okay. Oh, that actually looks good. I like that crease in there. It looks legit. I'll even like maybe move this up a little bit. Why not? So inflate. Let's see. That was a good combination, actually. Let's solo this so I can see a little bit better. Oh. Guess I have to protect this for the moment. This has always been a fun part, just adding like, you know, I like folds. I loves my folds. I just think they really give it like that professional look. And they're so simple. They're so simple. But it's just you have to put them in the right spot. Let's clear the mask. Oh, I remember that there was an issue with this arm. Almost forgot about it. Let's drag this out. Okay, that's all right. Smooth this out. All right, let me save. Just make it a little bit thicker. Let's do some clay. Okay, let's add a nice, maybe I can use clay for this too. Okay, this looks like it can use a little bit of a boost in definition. The good old crease tool. Oh, I don't know why it looks so weird. I don't think it looks good enough. It looks weird. Not sure why exactly. Maybe I didn't smooth over here good enough. Let's try inflate instead. Let's see how it does. It's like the smooth out process, for some reason, kind of makes it a little funny. I don't fully understand why. I don't even think I can try to avoid that area. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bit of an issue there. I don't really know what it is. So I think I'll just stick with clay and maybe not go as far over. Just keep it simple like that. Just add some light detail, just to catch the light a little bit. So I mean, essentially, I'm just following the creases in the art, just trying to make the same sort of creases that I see for the art. That's really all I'm doing. But inflate makes it kind of fun, I think. So I really enjoy adding these little details. I might even need to smooth some of these out. It just goes on so nicely. Oh, this is not gonna, I don't think this is gonna smooth well, but let's see. So I think I'm just gonna use my own. Okay, maybe some bigger inflates here. Because I want to add a crease to underneath, I think. So I do want to crease this bottom area. It just feels like it needs to have a little bit of separation from the rest of the pants. Oh, what in the world? I might have to watch my show to like wind down for like an hour or something. Okay. Maybe he needs crease here. You can do a crease and then maybe an inflate combo. Nah. Okay, sorry to reposition my body. I'm just gonna use clay and just sort of add a little fabric there. Add a little fabric there. Okay. This looks good. Everything looks okay. Just put a little crease in the middle of that. Wish I could kind of bring these down by smoothing, but I don't think that's going to work. Oh, you know what I could do though? I could make the arms a little bigger. I really hope this doesn't ruin the whole arm. I wish it didn't leave that kind of like ripple effect. Don't really care for that too much. But I also don't know how I would even get rid of it. If it won't really smooth in any better than that. Well, it's not bad. Okay, that part looks good. Okay, so I think, oh, I forgot to add a little bit here. Okay. Love those little details. Cannot get enough of them, but I need to stop. Okay. Oh, I forgot about these ugly little sleeves. just want them to be flat. This one's taking way longer than Mickey. Oh, this one's actually a little bit better. I might be able to just pinch this. Oh my god, it's going to take forever to edit this. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Other than fluff this and fluff a little bit here, oh, I should find some texture to put on these things. Do I have any? I better save too because, let's see. Is it brush 1? Or is it just regular brush? I think it's this one. I do kind of have a fur texture. It's a newer one. Oh, I think maybe it's this. I don't know, let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's kind of interesting actually. What if I was to use it with brush? I kind of like the fluff that I was doing a little bit better. Just the manual fluff, I think actually looked better. So I guess that's what I'll do. Smooth this out a little bit and see how it looks. Oh, I think it'll look fine when it looks a bit soft. Okay. So we got a little texture there. Everything is pretty good the way I would want it. pajamas, slippers, hand. Everything is together. Hat fluff. Hat fluff. If I validate it, I might be able to just use symmetry. Okay, it's actually decent. Smooth it out a little bit. All right. I think we can at least, let's bring back the floor. Floor's good. So let's change it to the PBR. It's 314. I like to change everything to white. And the only thing I wonder is if there's not supposed to be any line here. So I wonder if I'm just supposed to add clay and make this one solid piece. Can't tell if that looks better. I think it does look a little bit better. Oh, I think I heard the raccoon outside. I think that does look better. Okay, so we'll change this to perspective. Maybe somewhere around there. I think it looks pretty good. Changed everything to white. This would obviously be refraction, pink glossy. Validate that. The liquid. Get a little smaller, I think. And I don't think I can make the liquid refraction as well. And you can't see it. Can't see it with the absorption. Two-sided. Inverse culling. Still can't see it. Absorption. Additive, can't see. Blending. It's either 0 or nothing. Dithering. I don't think that really helps. Kind of, but not really. Could be subsurface. Crazy depth. Blending. No, that's 0 or nothing. I'll have to figure this out. Might have to change the glass. I feel like I should make the bunnies a little bit bigger. Yeah, I feel like the slippers need to be bigger. They feel really small. So, I think I need to just join. Trim one. Completely get rid of one. Make one bigger. Okay, that works a little bit better. I think that's a better size. Now, hopefully I can just add a mirror to this. And then hopefully I can separate them. Teeth. Nose. Eyes. Slippers. Slippers. All right, cool. What didn't I validate? What am I on? Oh, I'm on that. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to color this tomorrow. But for now, let's save. Because Goofy is looking good. Give him a nice little light. All right, let me soften this. Let's add, so this will be the key. Let's add another light. This will be the fill. I'm probably going to light him again, but just in case somebody doesn't want to like watch the next video. I hate that you can't disable these stupid buttons. I mean, they're useful sometimes, but I need to be able to move the light, bro. This one doesn't need to be that bright. Just a little. Soften that one as well. And again, this is my angle right about here. So let's save this view. Fill, let's add another light. This can be the edge, spotlight, softness, so if it's going to be this way, I think I might actually need to, I don't know, let's see. Let's go to our view. It's kind of nice. That looks nice too. Let's save this as 2. It might be a better view. So let's take edge, adjust it to this view. Man. That is kind of nice there. And now let's add, so that's edge, let's add a top-down light. Spotlight. Right overhead. I don't think I want, do I want it pointing at the face like this? Or literally just right overhead? Make this a little blue. A little cool. Looks great. Let's add in our environment, but very low. Maybe something like that, because then when we look at post-process, turn depth of field off. The lighting is still a bit strange. The lighting is still a bit strange. I think it's the key light. Maybe it just needs to be a sun. Where is it pointing? It's looking pretty good. For now, let's just do slight colors. Are these not connected? What are you guys doing? They are connected. Let's get his little eyes. Okay, so this is pretty decent. I might be able to work this. I don't know if I want to take the background. Maybe not. Maybe that's the key. So I'm going to save this because I think it looks nice. And then I'm going to send it off. So at least I have, I'm going to do 4K for this bad boy, transparent background. So at least I have something to add for the first tutorial. All right, so I'll show you this in a second. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next and last part of Goofy 3D. Thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out my Skillshare classes for more tutorials. Keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.